breaker that will automatically turn it to manual, like you said. So zeroing it means you are turning it to manual.
Yes.
Then we put it back again, then it works. So so that also works, but for me, I'm not a fan. It is what entered my hand. Not that I dislike it, but this is what I use often. What I'm not used to. So, but it's also, other ways to do that. So now to put a circuit breaker, we need to put something that will show 1 and 0s. 1 and 0s. And there is a tool in Excel that can actually use to give you 1 and 0s. And so it's under this developer. I know, we've done a lot of things under developer, right? Have we?
Done 1 or 2.
Is it 1 or 2? Yeah. It's even better. It's not even good for you to do a lot on this. So let's limit ourselves. Now, so you have these form controls. So we use most of these form controls in modeling a lot, So if I bring this is called option button, right?
Yeah.
The form control. This second one is the combo box. You know this one, right? You can also use combo box, but let's use this option button. So if I click it, I'll come and draw it. I click it, I come and draw it, and I can change the name that I have, option button. I click inside and I want to type. So I can type circuit breaker, or model circuit breaker, something like that. Delete what is there, and click outside, you will see what you have written. When you are typing it, you may not see what you are writing, because we usually say that this is actually not Excel. It's something that works with Excel. You can see it's floating. And so we do say that if the item is not inside a cell, it is not Excel. It is something that is brought in to work with Excel. So this is a tool that is brought in to work with Excel. So now I've got it, but I need to configure it. Anytime you go to developer, you need to configure. You are configuring something. So I need to configure it. Just like those that code usually go to the back end and code something. So I want to go to the back end and make this thing functional. Right now it's not functional, it's just like a picture. You can see it. So now right click on it as it is highlighted, and you go to format control. This is where you can put the controls that you want that object to do, So now it's asking for, so it's going to uncheck and check. So currently it is checked because it is ticked, right? So that's why this is being turned on. Then, but it needs a cell link. It is not, like I told you, it is not inside a cell, so it is not Excel. It needed something in a cell for it to function. So we need to give it any cell at all. Maybe we'll give it somewhere at the top, maybe here, as a cell link. So I click OK. So, and I click outside to turn it on. What's the complicated? Okay, you didn't watch it. You see that? So it's not like the magic. So it's like magic, I mean. It's like magic. Okay, so the circuit breaker is on, and I need to duplicate this. So I'm going to type Control D. Control D will duplicate it. So I have these two. Now, both of them are linking to the same thing. So they are on and off. This one will give me 1, this one will give me 2. So this is, let me see. I actually want them to give me the same thing. So let me see what this guy is linking to. Yeah, that's L6 now. L6. L6. Why? This is overlapping it, so let me move it down. Actually, made one of it. So it's giving me 1 and 2, but I need I need 1 and 0s. Let me check which other one can I use that can give me that. What's this? So let's say the checkbox. I think this one should work. Yes, I think this one will work for us. So let's configure it the way we did for that. Format. So this one does on check and mix. So let's give it a different cell. And click OK. We click outside to activate it. Yes, this one is better, right? This one is better. So let me delete these guys. So this one is where this one is useful where you want to show revenue, you want to show costs, so it will deselect revenue and select the cost, the second one. So you want to show one item per time. So this is where the option is actually very useful. So it's very useful for dashboard as well. Okay, so I will delete this, and so are you still with me? I did not hear your voice again. So I'll click inside the checkbox and rename it, just like I did. I'm pressing delete so that I delete everything there. Then I can write circuit breaker. And I click enter and click outside. I'll have it. So this is good for me. This is what I want. All right. So how do we use this? I've got this. I will then come to my income statement here and write a conditional function if this is true, right? True is a function in Excel as well. So if this is true, that is, it is ticked, I think it should give me 0. Otherwise, if it is not ticked, it should give me that calculation figure. Right? So it is untrue now. If I tick it back, it gives me, if I untick it, that is, I don't want to break, I don't want circular breaker. So to give me that figure back, it give me 0. When I want to break the circularity reference, I turn it on. So I turn it off to give me back like this. So this is one way to protect your model. So I take this forward, Control R, to give me the same thing. If I see any error on my model, I come here, I turn on the circuit breaker, 0 it. Okay, I didn't lock that. I need to lock where this guy is. Yeah. F4.
Ordinarily, if you maybe if there's circular reference, it should turn to 0, right?
Yes.
So if it's now 0, you should turn it on.
Yes. When I turn it, so now let's assume, so this is how your model will be normally. If you not see any error in your model, the first thing you come to is to turn the circularity breaker, that zero this guy out, let them calculate very well. Without circularity, you are breaking circularity in that model, you are breaking it by zeroing out the interest expense. Now, if you are not sure that you looked at your input sheet, you have corrected any text you see, just like we tried the other time, so that everything is fine, you can then come and uncheck it to turn your model back to where it was before. So circularity breaker is just to zero out any circularity reference in your model and to enable you to correct whatever error it is. Unlike before, unlike that, what I did the other time, there is no opportunity to correct. As you are doing Control Z is expanding, But here, this one enables you to break it, pending the time you correct that issue, and then turning up back. It is very small, but very, very.
So if you are now,
you will not understand now, not until you have faced it.
But when you zero it out, really, this is still balanced. Your
Okay.
financial still balanced.
So the other time when we had so that's the balance.
The interest.
Yes, that's the balance of the interest. And that is because we have imputed our interest in the cash flow. Because don't forget, this is the only place we zero out. We didn't zero out cash flow.
Interest in cash flow.
So it's still there. And that's why it's throwing off this balance.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why some modelers will go and put this cycle breaker in their calculation sheets.
So it will affect anyway.
So anywhere it is, it affects it. So that's another way. I can put it in your calculation sheet so that anywhere you have linked to that item, it zeros everything out. So in that case, your balance sheet will balance. I hope we are good.
When you turn it back on, will the circular
Yes.
still be there?
Yes.
You have to.
No, this if you turn it back on, you know, what you saw was what makes you turn it on.
Yes.
Right? So if you then remove it, it should now work.
That you remove the circular.
Yes, when you remove the circuit breaker, it will now work. Because removing circuit breaker means that you have identified the circular reference. You have corrected it. So take me back to my model. How it was before. Yeah, same formula will still work. You know, because you are building the logical stuff in here.
so you can only instead of going to the source thing.
Yes, you can also come here where we linked where's our total interest expense. I say yes, yeah. This guy. So this is where you then do it and say if that's true, if it is true, return 0, otherwise return all of this. So it zeroes this out whenever they are not doing. So that's a clear reference. Any question before we go to scenario? Scenario is a lot, so
Scenario is a lot.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Scenario,
And this is 2 o'clock.
you can't spend 1 hour on scenario.
Tomorrow we must not. We are not doing any.
What about that? Not typical.
Yeah, we'll do it. Oh yeah. Any questions so far?
Yeah, so you mentioned the iteration. So if before doing the iteration, you made a mistake, or maybe you put the iteration. Is there a way to correct it back?
Without doing circuit breaker.
Yeah, it's basically you've not done second.
You don't even plan for anything. And that means your friend though. So use it. You were saying something.
Yeah, so if I'm saying that if that error occurs,
Oh.
you're trying to show an error.
Uh-huh.
But fortunately or unfortunately,
Uh-huh.
I think this total.
Mm.
So if you guys just and you maybe say just control Z, it confounds it more. How do you
How do you?
treat your steps?
Is it when you have circuit breaker or when you don't have
When you
circuit
just
breaker?
have.
When you have. Sometimes you have to abandon that model because yes, it's as bad as that. And that's why I said
It's tied to okay.
that's why I said you don't even appreciate this little thing. Open the window. I do not appreciate this little thing until you are faced with it, the issue. And the issue is maybe your boss said, quickly do this model and send me for me to review. And you told him, no worries, I'll send it to you over the weekend. Over the weekend, you were working on it till maybe 10 p.m. on Sunday. On Sunday, you want to send it. You just said, let me quickly send it to this man before Monday. and you just type in a text. And so you saw the error, you now did Control Z, you saw that it's expanding. Now, at that point in time, if you do not have a version saved, that sheet is condemned. Essentially, there's nothing you can do about it. You have to start the model from scratch. That happened to me when I was still starting. Somebody told me, and I started researching. So even most of the things that I've told you here is from personal development. You know, it just, you know, you can't get everything in training. Do you know? But what you got from the training, if you work, do more research on it, it can be better even than the trainer. It can be better than me. I think I saw somebody that time.
Let's go.
You can,
Get halfway.
but you need to do more than what I'm doing. Yes, you have to be very crazy about learning. Yeah, about researching. But you can be better than me.
That's motivational speech.
It's not motivational. You can be better than me. You know. So experience says use circuit breaker. If you are inexperienced and you do not use circuit breaker, you will pay for it. I bet you will pay for it. You will pay for it when it matters most. I forgot to you will pay for it when it matters most. So I always advise circuit breaker. Any model you build, please insert it. You never can tell what will happen. You know? Yes, can close. Particularly, no, the window. Close the window itself. Particularly if you don't have a version saved. So you don't have anything to go back to. You build it from scratch. You will rebuild. Mr. K, can You shall not think about share.
You send it to me. Where people identify their different.
You will be sure that you are the one that will do it yourself. Okay. So let's go to scenarios. Let's insert scenarios in our model. Should we go on a break? So let's go, let's come back like this. Yeah. Then we'll do scenarios and we'll do dashboard. We'll do dashboard for our model. Okay, we didn't say bye-bye to you. I mean, we didn't say.
I'm here. I can hear you. I'm resuming to 30. I'll just be online. Can you hear me?
Okay. Okay, I can hear you.
So I want to ask, is circuit breaker the same thing as switch? Or there are different things?
So
because I'm just hearing circuit breaker for the first time.
Okay, I hearing circuit breaker for the first time.
Yes.
Is
it I know of switch. Is it the same thing?
No. It's not the same thing as switch. You will see switch now when we get to scenario.
Okay. So at what point do I use circuit breaker? Is it to fix circular reference or what?
Yeah. At every point in time that you build a model, put circuit breaker.
One circuit breaker, not one. One circuit breaker.
So some people will do two. Just like I said, one is enough. One is enough to clear this circular reference. But people will do two. Some will do three. Until it's so one is
Okay. So do you advise to do it at the start of your model or when we get to this phase? You've balanced everything.
No, don't do it at the start of the model. That is too anxious. So anytime you want to fix in your interest expense, before you do your interest expense, that's when you should fix it.
Okay.
Before you are going to link your interest expense from your calculation to your income statement. So anytime
Yes.
you have gotten there, just wait and quickly do the circuit breaker. Do you get?
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir.
So that's the right place.
Okay, sir.
But most of them, last again.
So,
Eh, food?
almost.
Really? Ah,
Do I?
okay. Me expecting.
Do I allow me?
Yeah, yeah. Can you smell of food? Eh?
No, but
Yeah, we'll get a pay. I will. Yeah, any understand? Okay, I understand. Yeah.
beginning mi lọ déètì recent ẹni ọdún mo lọ sáìtì lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Lọ dated audit report. Audit account.
For 6 months.
No, fún closing. For opening balance. Opening balance in January. Ìkíní ìpín fẹ́ lọ rí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fún mi. Gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ lè pè ní wọ́n bá sí.
But why is it with caution?
Ó máa ní ọgbọ̀n ìtọ́.
Taking to that, I think.
Wọ́n ti jọ sọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n ti pàpẹ́. Iṣu wọn ṣe pàpẹ́. Iṣu ọ̀pẹ́ yìí. Ẹ̀rì ló wà. Good afternoon, Mr. Yemi. Mr. Don is hearing your voice.
Like a ghost.
Oh my God. But at the same time, they can't be. And the best people have to just. We are happy for. So I'm looking at, so me, I'm looking at.
No, I'm being. But it's not something like that. Sometimes I'm always scared. What time is best? Sometimes I'm when you can't really say you. What? How busy are you? Like, if I delay, how are you? If I really, don't have to wait, not really negotiated. Okay, for time to come. Okay, we can work it.
Probably because of
Yeah, that's right. How's work?
Ọlọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ lè máa ṣe àṣùgbọ́n ní ìjákéjì lè ní wá lọ́la. Tí wọ́n bá parí sẹ́jọ́ tàbí tó kí ní ìlú. Once we finish. I think it's possible. Mo fi kí a ṣe gbájú ọlọ́mà. Bàbá parí omi ẹ̀. Bàbá parí omi fún wa ni. That's what I wanted to do. When a company has a country in front of. I can go through, even if you don't need to go very, very deep. Let's see how it looks like. I know it's important to give those companies. The small one, the small one. So that will be introduced to my you. Then you can then be progressing. But when you now start with something so for the very first time, it's too much for me. It's overwhelming for me. Do you understand? So that's when my but if you that will need to pick motel. So that's the question. In fact, that's why I told you that if we don't do a review, trust me, I'll just I don't tell him give me the results. They are them to me. I do like 2 hours every day, and I'm sure. But I hope you have this feel. All of us will just come. Just say the same maths. Start up there, man. 3 weeks I'm going to start up. 3 weeks I'm going to start up. Yes, even that knowledge, we don't make us waste a lot of time when we're doing this one. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. We wouldn't have wasted a lot of time. We've done that one. It's be faster. That's a good kind of knowledge. That have been faster. This is more reason most people we don't just start. No, I'm not saying that we should not say that. Maybe we're going to pull Kenya and we're going to pull Tibai. To me, we shouldn't have any petition. I was out almost convincing, but believe me, in South Africa. I think I'm going to the next one. I say all true. Almost 2 months. I was supposed to finish in July. If about the test training by them, I was thinking of activities and another training, I haven't another one. So it's a bit of a shock here. What can you see? So it's a kid, this is. Thank you. Today, because I can see many very anything, I can see coming back to the And you implement to and we're supposed to reduce the cost to be more stagnant and temporary. Okay. So, okay. Hmm. Question. Oh, that was going to be. Yeah. Okay. I'm looking for your function, so you can be done. That thing that you experienced, the very low, I was thinking that tomorrow. Whichever way communicate. Where's the government? Saying
Go on. Go on.
with the sign from time to time.
Ọlọ́run. Kọjá fáwọn. Lọ́jọ́ ẹni tó wà nínú àti ìfẹ́ mi.
Yes. But I will increase one of it.
Okay.
Ìwé sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ ṣe àti fún àmì. Bàtà lè ṣe gbáyé tí ọmọ yín sí. Adé ọ̀pá. You want to sleep at this time, you are free to sleep. Tolu, are you still online? Okay, so let's
Yes, I'm online. No, I was on a call.
okay. How is your new job now? Have you new
Fine, no.
settlements?
It's
How
fine.
is
It's going on well.
how is this guy doing?
Your mentee is doing well. He's still settling in, so they've not really given him work like that.
Oh, okay, I see. See. Guys, did you see what I did? No, I'm sure you didn't see it. The ice is inside. The trap.
You covered it.
Yeah, I covered it. How did I cover it?
You dragged it.
Hmm?
You dragged it. Okay, sorry, you dragged it.
I drag it on top. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, let me drag it out. He said, so for you to drag all of these developer tools, you actually need to put them in right click on them. Hello, Taiwo. How far? Sure. You know, so. Àbí ṣé wàá pe the other woman? Ẹ jẹ́ ká fún. Mo ń gbọ́. Okay. 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 All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Special thanks. Yeah. So I said you really need to right click on top of it. Let me put it on a tick text so that this will work. I'm actually wondering why it's not putting in this. Supposed to put, okay, let's cut, let's paste, cut and paste. So cut and paste to work. So I've removed it. So you said I covered it. I did not cover it.
You tell me to white.
I did not turn it to white. But you should be sure that I will not do that kind of thing. Because I'm wondering how you could imagine I'll do that. Because if somebody told you that we painted, because I've never painted since we began this class.
You know, I'm just getting, you have to guess what it is. So, don't guess. I will still get here. If
Okay.
you allow me.
Okay. So that's what I did. I hope you all saw what I did. It's not new, Abby. So that's what I did, and I placed it in there. Okay, so now let's create a scenario page. So I'm going to duplicate this page, just like I always do. Hold down my control, drag this up and drag and drop. It's a lot. Really a lot. I hope it doesn't cause an issue.
So it's like it,
Yes.
you mentioned something. I thought we were still coming back to
Okay, what's it?
the cash retention. So if there was cash retention policy, it's like
These people, they want to learn everything. Minimum cash balance. That way. So you want me to show that? Okay, I will show you now. So from the beginning, it wasn't interesting. So now you want to see me.
So let's have everything so that by the time our brain is ready to
Okay. Okay, let me go back here. So it will still be your cash strip. So you might want to bring in your minimum here. I'm inserting a line, and I'm saying minimum cash balance. So you can even put set star. Let's say you want to have 10 million as a minimum cash balance. So this one is what we need to do now. It's going to change the old cash sweep now.
Say before we do anything, so we have version, we have different version, we send.
I think I saved the other time.
Last week, then this one for minimum balance.
But I saved the other time.
To the farm.
Thought I saved that one. On the lay. Even the lay. Let's just say this one is cash sweep. Okay, let us see. Let's get on that. Let me save this. So you said I should share this with you.
And this one is you're going to another trade in Mr. Perry.
What?
We will potentially see you in.
Origin.
Revolution of politics.
Okay. And no problem. I'm all yes. I'm here anytime, any day. We're here. So after tomorrow, you guys can, at any point in time, just message me that I want to have a call. So I can give you a time.
Thanks.
So, yeah. Why not? So if you have any issue that you want to resolve with me, I can give you a date to come. Yeah. Okay. If you want physical, if you want virtual, if you want physical, yes. But remember, within 1 month.
What's the meaning?
You know why? Other people, the next set of people will then need my time. So, but at any point in time, if you needed any question, we'll add you to this our WhatsApp group. Where is it? I can't find it now. The main group. So if you have any question, you can throw there. It might not be me that will even answer, like the other people that will answer your questions. You know, so there you can always ask any questions in the main group. So that people can answer, and also they also share knowledge, you know. Yeah. And the people there too can share their own view to what you have shared. So over there you see the good, the bad. It is people like you who have passed through the training that are there. You know, some are using it, some are not using it, some are learning from those who are using it. You know, so that's how it works. Okay, I've got it.
That's the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, the main group. Yeah, the main group. Yeah. After tomorrow, I'll add you guys to it during the week. You see, I will receive an invite. Okay, you say I should name this minimum cash balance. Minimum cash. Why this one? This is the cash sweep.
The minimum cash is cash sweep, not inside it as well.
Just to change the group of things. And when they, if you repackage those with those backgrounds, which will change. So let us have what we have done. So when you want to review it from the leagues, by then we have people, they are building blocks to do reviews. You must hear what's there, you know.
But maybe you want to buy stones.
So I say, should I not be milestone by milestone? So that you can do 5D. When you do the 5D, you should go with it. And this should go with it. So you have the.
This is what this passion
Lights.
highlights. The light on this one. It talks about this one. This one talks about.
Okay, so minimum cash balance, we have set it as 10 million. You can even set it more than that. The only thing is that you have to take more overdrafts to augment it. So 10 million, let me put it in minus. So this guy is already taken in. I think before this thing, what did we have there? Let me delete 163 as this. So be looking at this cash flow available for debt service. Still fine. It's 163, but now Control Z is 153 now. So it has taken the minimum cash balance in. Now also your closing cash balance will be addition with the minimum. Did you get that? You said you want a situation where your minimum must be 10 million. So at every point in time, your minimum will be 10 million. But then in your closing cash, you must add that minimum. That's what I did here. Because it's negative already. So I just have to do minus to make it positive. So it adds up to what is here. So meaning that every month, every year, you want to maintain 10 minimum. Can you see that?
Yes.
So that's how to include minimum cash balance into your cash sweep.
What about another area?
How do you affect what?
Yes, it will. It will. You can see about overdraft has changed.
Okay.
Because you have taken in 10 million first before the remainder is what you're now using. So you are giving priority to your minimum balance first before even paying anybody.
Sorry, so we cannot, if we don't do this thing, we cannot bring in minimum. Or can we do it with a different, we have a
Cash flow. Yeah, cash flow. Normal cash flow.
I don't understand.
something through this cash sweep where we schedule that we can bring in this minimum balance.
Yeah, it is. Because if you don't introduce it here, you end up paying people with that money. So you need to effect it there. But in your cash flow statement, it will reflect in the balance. It will reflect in the balance. So you are not to say minimum, no. It will reflect in the cash that is remaining. So you can see.
We have linked our cash to that. Yes, we got to answer the.
But if this does not require us to pay cash, can we bring in that minimum into our cash?
If you are not doing a cash sweep, yes, you can. You can. Yeah. So in that way, you are taking it from the financing, maybe after the financing. So your net cash is what you are taking it out from. For your net cash, you are taking it. So, but that will lead into overdraft. Will make your balance run into overdraft if the net cash is not sufficient enough. So it means it's your ending cash is going to be an overdraft, meaning you should take that amount of minimum cash balance as overdrafts or an additional overdraft.
Before saying cash from the beginning, as a beginning of
Yes. So like here, you have
your
your net cash. So here you can put your minimum cash balance. And that will be here. So everything will still be added, just like we did here. F2, escape, F2, everything will still be added when you have the 10 million. So, but the issue is that this guy is going to run into negative when you bring your minimum cash balance of 10.
Has it not been factored in already?
No, with this, it has been. It has been. I'm saying you asked the question if you did not use cash sweep. Yeah, so you have to do this to bring in your minimum cash balance.
So when you don't have, maybe at a situation where you don't have to use your deposit cash to pay your, I mean, the total cash you have that is positive to pay your overdraft, to sweep your overdraft. Then we just have to introduce it for me.
So what do you mean? This is positive cash.
When you have cash, you are using a percentage of a proportion of it to pay your overdraft, not all. But whenever I have cash, don't sweep all, sweep a part of it.
That's another.
And that's
All these guys, they have gone far than you guys.
No, we talked about it last week.
Oh, Emmanuel talked about it. Oh, good.
You may not have to use the whole deposit card to clear your.
Yeah, so there's also a situation where you pay a proportion of what is left. Like let's see. Let me say my drawdown. I don't want to draw everything from overdraft. Maybe I want to draw. It's usually range from 50% to 100.
Trying to see that what kind of situation can lead to the. Is it
So-
the agreement you have with your lender that says that okay, overdraw that?
Okay, so situation that can warrant you not taking sweeping all of your available cash to make payments. It's not for debts. It is for discretionary loans like overdrafts, because debts are mandatory. You must sweep it. You cannot say, I want to pay part of the debts. No. So, but let me also clarify in terms of debts. We have different kinds of debt. Like the debt we have here, it's matured at a time. It is not a loan that you amortize over time. So if it is those kind of loan that you amortize, if you quickly pay them, you save interest, isn't it? So in that case, if you have amortized an amount, you can still sweep, if you have available cash, you can still sweep in cash to it to reduce the balance going forward. So in that case, you are saving yourself from paying higher interest. Don't forget, you have a recurring amount that you repay every month or every year. But you still have, after paying that, you still have available cash. So you can still say whatever is the balance in the debt schedule, use this sweep cash to it and pay it off. So you can also still do that. But for this type of debt we have, which matured at a time, you have to wait till the maturity day before you repay. And you are repaying the full amount.
Are you repaying with the interest maturity?
No, you pay interest before, and so you must be paying interest. That's why here we brought in the interest. Where is it? Finance costs and the loan repayments. So even before repaying the loan, you have been paying interest. And that interest has priority above overdraft self. That's priority. Okay, let's not.
So why did you put the minimum cash in the cash balance?
Okay, so like I said, it will reflect on the balance. Look at the balance. We are not to put it as a line item. It will reflect as, so you, in any year, you will not see it below 10 million. So that's the impact of that minimum balance that you have set. That any year, you will not see your cash balance below 10 million. That's the essence of setting minimum cash balance. Not that you want to introduce it as minimum cash balance. Although you can, if you say you want to see it, you can still put it as minimum cash, put your minimum cash in. Just like I said, you start a line and say minimum cash balance. And when you put it in there, it means you have to subtract it so that your cash balance will not take the 10 million.
Can you make it like a percentage of your revenue? Or maybe 50% of your revenue or minimum cash balance?
Yes. So we can set any basis for determining your minimum cash balance. Any basis aside, it's not compulsory. It's not compulsory. It can be a proportion of your cash available. It can be a percentage of your revenue that you want to have as cash at the end of every year. Yeah, that might be the assumption of setting that percentage. All right. So let's go to scenarios. Should I save this as I've saved it already and take another one as scenarios?
Yes.
Like I told you, all of these things are what makes modeling interesting, not that beginning part that we did.
That is actually interesting.
Yes. So a lot of people they consult building the forecast out, and internally they do all of this sweeping and also analysis of it. Scenarios. So let me make this one 9 to shift. Well, that differentiates it. Sorry, are you part of the class? I can see you are not looking at the board. Is it that you already know it? Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. I rest my case. Why is it not opening? Okay. What's this? What will you do? I don't want to do reading. Okay, so let's set, so I've already deleted the contents of this. I call this scenario analysis. So here we need to state our key inputs, our key assumptions. What are our key assumptions that we want to run scenarios on? No, you might want to run scenarios on revenue growth rates. So you have to go back to your assumptions and look at some of your key assumptions. Growth rates, the revenue growth rate is one very key assumption that can impact the company's cash flow. So you might want to run scenario. So we have two of them. Where is it? Cost is this one. Yeah. So these growth rates, we have two of them. So you might want to do on those two. So I'll start with this one first. Look at the numbers that we have for TSF, for HP, and take it forward. So these are the numbers that we projected for them now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this as the base case. So I'll say base case scenario. Now I need to look for best case scenario and worst case scenario. So you can do likely case scenario, you can do optimistic, aggressive, you know, those are the names. Okay, so now for you to do a best case, it means it must be higher than this, right? So you might want to add maybe a 5% for the upper side, for the upside, and you want to subtract 5% for the downward side.
Must it be the same?
Must it be? It must. I mean, it's not compulsory. So what I would do here is I'm going to remove this and put plus for 0 for the positive side, and it's going to show that way. Can you see how it's showing? Plus 5%. Semicolon, and I'm going to put minus 0%, and that's also going to show that way. So this one is how I wanted to show. Now, what I want to do is to say this guy plus this will be like that. But HP that will give us the upside. Why the downside? We say this guy. I think would I lock it? I think I locked. F2. I want to yeah. So so like your earlier points, you might want to increase it. I mean decrease your worst case further. So it is not compulsory that it stays the same. So your worst case might be like a 10% reduction, and your best case is this. Or sometimes you might want to make it same. 10% upper and 10% lower. So with this, I've established the three scenarios.
The worst case is different from the best case. That's the formula of the worst case.
Okay.
Shouldn't become the best case.
Yes, it should. Thank you. Yeah, actually following, even though you are sleeping.
I'm not sleeping.
So, what's the science behind it? So you're just looking 5%. Why 5%?
Thank you.
20%?
Thank you. I like that. So that's why you need to look at the historical of the company, you know. So like I always say, the more historical you have, the more better view as an analyst you have. You know, look at the worst scenario of growth that the company has had. You know, that will give you an idea of what their worst case should be, their minimum. So what case is like their worst, their minimum, what they can't go below. When you mention in Nestlé, you say, Nestlé cannot grow by 5% now, you know, because they've never had something like that. Or if they have had something like that, the historical should give you an idea of what
For a client, I mean, a new company doesn't have historical.
a new company that doesn't have historical.
Focus, yes.
And start now, and we can be growing.
I'm saying
So with time, you have historical.
for you to pitch your scenarios now, what will you look at?
You just have to look at the industry where that new business is operating from. What is the growth in that industry? So it is that growth that will can actually bring in for that from the onset. They start bringing out their own data. Yeah. So industry ratios should be your best case for a startup that doesn't have any data. So the industry might not necessarily be in Nigeria, can be elsewhere. If you can't find any of such industry in Nigeria, you can always look outside the country and look for the growth rate in that industry. For any company that operates in that, the average of all the companies operating in that industry. Yeah. So you can use that. Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's an industry average.
Where can we get this industry average?
Thank you. Subscribe to data sources outside you, Bloomberg. You know, we have a lot of them. Yeah, Damodaran also provides such industry data. So Damodaran data is free. So go on Damodaran site, you can get that industry data. The man is actually trying to provide databases for analysts worldwide. He's trying, and I mean, it's in finance, so he's trying to actually cater for the vacuum in the finance industry, which is good. If you can have people like that who are going to create databases for people to use for free, it will be good. But we have most of the big giants charging you in dollars to actually access those data. Yeah, dollars. Yeah.
But that's
Down.
Is this one that one can reference?
Yes. Yes. He's a professor of finance in New York University. So he's an authority when it comes to finance. So his works are, in fact, they are being referenced for PhD and all of that. So if there's somebody you can reference. Like I told you, there is nobody anywhere in the world when they build when they are doing valuation that they will not reference is risk premium data, you know. So you have seen Badmus have sent his own.
So something Is that the
Is it 3 years?
3 years.
That was the question.
That revenue.
But I'm saying monthly.
Yeah, monthly revenue cost. So my somewhere else. This year. Yeah,
But because it's monthly that they gave us this thing for revenue.
so
That's
that's
yearly.
yearly.
So you see, in first standard, you have committed an error that is against the first standard.
Well,
You know?
what about it like it's
I won't say it now. Let's concentrate on scenario. You know,
Sorry, Dr. Please take me back so you go back. I got yeah.
this
Okay,
one.
you just type it in.
Yes, I typed it in, but I formatted it.
Okay, the format. Okay, that's like the goes custom.
Function 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did this format. Plus 0. 0 is a digit order, right? Any number can replace where 0 is, right? Or there will be plus in front, minus in front. Okay. So we have established that, but you will now need to establish so we call it life case scenario. Life case scenario. Out of these 3, which one will be live at every point in time? So you need to show it. No, you can bring a drop down where you can choose anyone, right? But this is the one that will be showing per time. It will be choosing among the 3 you want to show per time, you know. So now look at this. Let's assume that we have something we call a switch. There's something we call a switch in modeling. Just like when you want to turn on you want to increase the fan, you switch it, right? Turn it. So there's also something we call a switch. And so a switch is just a toggle of between 1, 2, 3, just stepping up, you know. So you can set aside a cell for a switch. It doesn't anywhere you want to have it, you can have it, but it just have to be somewhere that it is closer to your scenarios so that you can always link to it. So that's why I've set aside this part as my switch area. So this switch will enable me to switch between the base case, the best case, and the worst case. Now, if I type 1, it means this is my first case I want to appear. If I type 2, I want the second case, 33.5, to appear. If I type 3, I want the last one to appear. So this is like a switch to choosing any of your cases per time. So here, I'm going to write a formula here because all these guys, they shouldn't be formulas. They should be values. So I've turned them to values. The only one that should be formula is the one we need to write up here. And I want to choose out of the 3 based on whatever the switch is. Now look at me. I can use the function called choose. There are several functions we can use, but this is the most appropriate function for scenarios. Now, in choose, it needs an index number. An index number is the switch. This is the index number. That's the switch. And I need to lock that, comma. It's now asking for what is your first value. You know, so it means for you to have a scenario, you must have a series of scenarios which you want to choose. And that's why choose function is asking me for all my values, my scenario values. So now say, this is my first scenario, that's value 1, comma, this is the value 2, second scenario, and this is value 3, third scenario. If I have more than 3, I will continue to put them in it. But don't forget, what determines which one to pick is this index. Is the index num, which is the switch. it depends on which one you put first that it will pick. The order in which you have lined them up matters because that is the order the switch is going to bring them up. You know, if you put this 18.5 first, it means if one is type here to bring it 18.5. Yes. So I close it and at HP, you have 18.5, right? Because there's 3 here. If I put 2, I'll get 33.5. If I put 1, I'll get 28.5. This is how to create scenarios using your switch. So I've created this. This is my live case. Anytime I put 1, it means I want the base case. If I put 2, I want the best case. If I put 3, I want the worst case. Now, in my input sheet, instead of having this guy, I will now link it to my scenario. This guy, I'll now link it to my scenario. Yeah. Okay. So this is now what we now be driving, but now you cannot have the same formatting. You remove the yellow field and the black text so that it shows that that is the formula. This is a formula. So now, because the calculation sheet is linked to this, right? Calculation sheet is linked to this growth rate, right? So also the financial statement is linked to the calculation sheet. Now the scenario sheet is now the new inputs. It's overriding the input sheet now because you have created multiple, situations, 3 situations that can occur. And at every point in time, when you change your switch, you expect the scenarios to pick one by one. So if I type 2, I expect that my best case scenario will be the live case. Don't know why it's slow. So you can see my best scenario is now my live case. And that is what is driving the model.
So your calculation will change to this same thing.
Eh?
I said your calculation, your financial everything, what will change?
Yes, they will not be changing. And that's why we say scenario is the real essence why we build models. Because we now we stress test the model. If your model is not balanced, you can't run scenarios because it will be throwing off balances. Like now, if I go to my financial statement, my balance sheet should still balance. Is it? This guy should still balance, even though I'm changing the scenario in the scenario sheet. Change this to 1. But this thing is very slow. Why? Okay. So your balance sheet still balances, even when you're changing scenarios. But you agree with me that typing 1, 2, 3 is not ideal for the user. So you can bring in your combo box, which you know how to use. You're an expert in it already. You can click and draw your combo box. Now configure your combo box, right click, format control. It asks for your input range. So your input range are the cases, the description of the cases you want to have as a drop down. So what do you want to have inside the drop down? I want to pick per time. Those are your description of your cases. Then your cell link is now that switch, this guy. you know. So this tool will do what you have been doing manually. So nothing is there because I didn't select. I click outside to activate the combo box. I then pick the first scenario. And so I expect this to be, so something like this now can cause your model to, but because I have built in circuit breaker, I have no fear. Okay, also the spelling of scenario here is wrong. So I can just type it and it will reflect automatically. It's not 0, it's 4. Okay, so this one is much more better than typing. So I cover it up. Nobody knows. They just have to go and change the combo box. Everything else will change. So you can copy the combo box and copy it to other sheets, particularly the output sheets, so that you begin to see how it's changing, right? So now, but before you copy it, there are some rules you need to follow. The rules is that for you to move your combo box to the other sheets, please name your list. So this is the scenario list. A scenario list, name it. So I'll click here and I will say SC underscore list. This is my SC list. Scenario list. Yeah?
Why you name it?
Okay, good. So if I do not name it, if I copy this guy and I take it here, it will not work. That's why I'm naming that cell. I'm naming those things. Can you see now that it has moved?
Something else.
Yeah, so it will break if you do not name the cell and feed the named cell into the combo box. You know, so that's the essence why you need to name your list. So you have to name it.
My experience was like when I didn't name myself the range.
Okay.
So I had to now relink it.
No, so that's a good practice.
Efficient.
Not efficient.
So that was what I had in the past. I had to start with it again, but when I named them, once the copy, so it works.
You saw it in the video now, isn't it? That you have to name. Yeah. So that's best practice to name your switch and also name your list. Now I've named it SC list and this one SC switch. So now I go to my combo box and this is where naming range now is important, is what. Just like I told you, I don't use name range all over the model, but there are instances where they are very helpful and so I can bring them there. Now, in combo box, you can type in SC list and SC switch underscore switch. Make sure you remember the name because while in form control, there is nothing, no screen tip will guide you. So ensure that you remember the name you gave to it. SC list, SC switch, and okay. So it will work. Now let's copy it to another sheet. So I think it's still rolling. Are you sure you are with me? Are you with me? All right. So copy this and come to the financial statement, Control V. Now it will not break because I have actually named the list. So you can actually try to resize it based on, like I always say, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So you can put it anywhere, either here or here. It all depends on you. Now, if you want the combo box to be inside a cell, then you have to hold, I think it's Alt. Is it Alt or Shift? It's Alt. So you hold down Alt, you see it is now sticking to a cell. So like that, I can resize it, hold down my hotkey and resize it. So it will stick to that cell, to the column of the width. And also here, I can hold down my hotkey and resize it. So it's inside the cell now. So with that way, I've made it reside in a cell rather than floating on the cell. You know, yeah. Hold the hot and just drag the edge to resize it to the width of the column. And also you can also do for the height of the row, hold down your Alt key. You can also resize it to the height of that row. And you'll see that it's the same height of this row that your combo box also has. So this way, you have customized it for it to be usable. So I will go to my income statement to see the effect on my profit for the year. My base case scenario, has it changed? Says it's very, very slow. So I guess that is where, okay, 103. My best case scenario. I know there will still be some input that will be dragging it. 108. My worst case scenario. $93. So that's it. So that's how we check we input scenarios into the model. So this is just for food, remember? This is just for food. So you can then create this for others. So let me create for the second one. Okay. So I'm going to take this Control C, Control V, and I change this as inputs, beverage, revenue growth rates. So
it was initially in beverage.
it was showing beverage costs. So that's why I didn't use it. It was showing beverage costs. So this
I wanted to ask, like, how did it, for your reference?
how did I reference?
So I was amazed before that. How did you pick the beverage from things that
Oh, okay.
they actually reference?
Actually, the wrong. So I'm holding down my control. This one is long. Oh, my heart. Okay. This one is long. I don't want my this particular column is that cell is very long. So I will not want to do that. So I want to put it here. Put it here. Resize this one, hold my hotkey. And so yeah, it will snap into the cell. Okay. So now every other one that you create, you have to make sure that you plug all of them to this cell link so that they will all use this drop down. Okay. I can see that some people are not with me again. So actually, you shall be with me. So input sheets. I know it's because you guys are not doing anything. You are not writing. You are not saying.
Even me, I'm struggling to follow. As in do it.
I even want you guys to do something. You have to do this one. But if you don't do it, to fly off. I want you guys to do this one. Even if you have not been doing anything. If you want me to throw it in the, I'll throw it out. So the same thing we did for this guy, plus this guy. So I need to lock that one. And I think I should remove the row. Remove the row. So when I finish doing this now, I will stop. I will allow you guys to try it out, because try it out the best. Okay. Yep. So now, what is the live scenario for this? I'm going to copy this as well and paste it. And what is it doing? It's saying out of these three, anything I select here, pick the third one. Each one is picking the third one, it will pick the third one here. So that's why my live scenario is actually the worst case scenario. So I go to my input sheet. Don't ever forget to link it back to the input sheet and remove it as an input. So it's the live scenario you link. Finish it. It's in. So the live scenario, that's in. Okay. Don't think that is working for you. M9. Yep. What's happening? Something is not right. So scenario. Something is not right. I've seen the course. I linked, something is linked before. This guy is linked before. So that is why it is not working. Come back. So you have to paste it as values. There shouldn't be any formula in the cases. But they are now
this place.
They are now the new inputs. Yes.
You know, because you've already done average or something. Is that what you're talking about?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Oh, I'll explain myself. Is it back? Yes, it's back. So look at what I'm saying. So you know this one was linked. It should not be linked. This is the one I'm talking about. It should not be linked. As so they should not be linked to any other. In fact, all of them not be linked. But for now, we can still leave it. Leave these ones. This one will not cause harm, but this guy is causing harm. So we go back to input sheets. And we'll link the live case. Okay. Enter R. So remove it and turn it to black. There's no more an input. The input is here. So these guys are now the new inputs. Where am I? This is the new inputs. New inputs. Okay, so this is how to create a scenario page, and that's how I continue to create. So let's create. I want you guys to create.
Sorry, 2 questions.
Mm.
So in this figures that we got,
Yeah.
you said it needs to be hard coded.
Yes.
All the years.
Yes, for all the years.
So if that becomes our new input sheet, then you don't see how we calculated the figures for all the other years.
No, you did it in the input sheet.
Okay.
You did an average of this, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was how you got it.
Yes.
You spread it across, yeah. So that basis is still there.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then number two, if we're using different growth rates for
Scenarios.
for different scenarios, for different assumptions.
Yeah.
That also work.
Yes, it works. It works. Yeah. So, like I said, your view of what the worst case scenario will be where the company has been, the bottom that the company has ever been, and so the best case is the highest that the company has ever been.
So, like, if for food right now we're saying worst case scenario is 10%.
Yeah.
And for beverage, we're saying worst case scenario is 5%, not 10%. You can also do that.
Yes, you can also do that. It can be the same figure of growth, increase and decrease, or difference. Sometimes you might even want to be your growth to be much more conservative, like when I'm doing here 5%, 2%, 5%. But some person will do 15%. Their growth higher than this case by 15, while lower by 20 or 30. So please, I want you to do your own, and I want to see. If you cannot do it, this is the cross of modeling. Let me just throw one of it in this group so I can pick and try your answer out. Please try your answer out. It will not hurt. It is good to see me doing it.
Not good to. You cannot do it.
No, I shouldn't show that.
There's training looking to do this.
You said?
Look at something.
You said what?
You're looking at something that looks easy.
Oh.
How you
You know it's driving.
we need like 5 times before you get it.
How am I going? Come on, I'm going.
How that time? See what you don't think.
The devil is in the details. So I've thrown it. Please do the scenarios. You can also get the already prepared model and you do scenarios on it. You know? Otherwise, looking at me, my poor teacher. She put there, shape. That's the kind of book he gave me. Try and the scenario too. Since they are not part of the students. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Let's try it out.
They should try this in the line of way. They told you. Which assumption?
But you only said it.
I didn't say one.
You don't say this one.
Why was she saying that?
I wasn't getting calculated.
I cannot say this one now.
Well,
Create your own scenario page. I want you to create it from the beginning to the end. Create your scenario page.
okay, yeah, mommy. Give you this.
Gavin,
Problem from the beginning.
problem from the beginning.
Okay.
How?
In my
Switch,
no.
combo
The
box.
custom of the custom formatting.
This one. So what did you do? I can understand if you're having issue with custom commands.
I know the
Only you or others. People on the file cannot tell me that you're having issue with custom commands.
so I'm ready.
No, do from the one. Not the real from the one. Yeah, type inside. Okay, you already.
But for the next one, how much?
Which next one? Just copy that one and paste. Change your lines. Yeah.
Copy. Okay.
Copy and paste. So we have type minus. Just like it.
I don't understand. Okay.
Click the 5.
Exactly.
Click for one page.
You gave us a blank page. I didn't.
I want to use for one page.
I was expecting that.
H M T. They have put it on the thing. Why is it?
Or should we do that system?
They are control 1. What's this?
So the other one plus zero, there is this thing.
Remove that thing. Plus 0%, then semicolon. How that semicolon is correct? Semicolon and then minus 0%. There intervals.
So already done to suspend.
Okay, good. Yeah, type it in. 1 there. No, control 1. Delete everything. Delete everything. Yeah, plus 0%.
It's already giving me
0%.
it's on for me. There's a minus. So the minus thing that I typed is there.
Don't worry, don't worry. Yeah.
The minus 10 is there.
Yes, it's minus. So yeah, do plus 0%. Semicolon. Minus again, minus 0%.
It's still giving 1,000.
Why is 1,000 information? Is it 1,000 on the type?
No.
Click enter first. Yeah, type in 10 now. Just 10. Don't put percentage, just 10. Because it's already entered. I have
The plus.
and 2 minus in front. Yes.
So 22 million. So yeah, now I'm doing it. So
This yes plus 5. Not the 5. 25.
the column.
If you normally help to
So now move from
E to F, which now from E to F. They are looking and leave the row to move to minus 10. That take it forward.
so this is on that issue.
Take on.
It's not giving me the
Not HP, not HP. Not HP. What happened? Wait.
How much can I format that file?
Yes, that 5 is now. No, just type it. 5%. Just type. Oh, no. Now it's formatting. Copy the 10, this formatting of the 10. Control share. See, what's share?
I already got. Okay, this is now. I'm already on it.
You want to use Agbadi for me in shortcuts?
Yes, now. Stop your buy.
Yeah, apply it on it.
So I should now go back and do 5%.
Yeah, just like 5 on that. Because it's already formatted as percent.
Formatting.
No, need of typing again. Don't drag that.
I'm doing that.
No, don't do it. But drag that formula down. Drag it forward. Drag forward. Remember, we don't write from black to white, right? One. All right. Where's your life scenario? So choose function. Now you should be able to interpret functions and their arguments by now. Index norm is a switch. Have you prepared a switch? Nope. It's an empty cell in front of switch. There will be a switch. Yes. Format it as an input. Yeah. Type in 1. And write your choose function. I have a lot of videos on scenarios on our YouTube page. If you want to learn more about scenarios, fine. On HP. On HP. Take it forward.
So not changed. Hold on. Again,
Let's log the switch. Log the switch. And that switch will be named anyway. Should be named.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
10%.
you can take it.
It's 10%.
Maybe you're on
You can find your problem. If you do it, you have to see it.
Yes.
Those mentions. What problem is in those
SC and EST.
anyone, any name you want, but there must not be space. The rule in naming is that there must not be space.
But you
can
can
use
put
two words.
this thing there.
Underscore, and I can use underscore so that there won't be space. SC list. Okay, that is switch. SC switch. But remember the one you use capital letter and the one you use small letter. When you are giving it to the form control. Then name your list to
The list of
the scenario list. I like them.
just the three.
Yeah, that's okay. I like them. SC list. SC underscore list.
Also, there's some things.
This is the process.
Change your 3 to 2. Let's see. If you finish 2, the entrance will be 10. 1, 10. Good. 3. So, moto now. So that's how to make a model dynamic. Yep.
This one particular Excel. My developer is not my it starts not outside.
Why?
I don't know. I've not tried to this particular Excel. I've tried to
Yes.
turn off it. It's now showing. And on other Excel.
On this particular one, it's not. You say what? Yeah, it's very interesting.
You said you're referring. I'm seeing it.
If you go to another sheet, you want.
I mean, what is it? Under spread Z on this particular priming sheet, I mean the red, it goes on that one. Like the one you just sent to me.
I give up.
I didn't have it's not me leaving the matter. I don't know. Try to read
Yeah, cancel this one.
because of this one.
So
It's optional.
go to here, file house. So how do you want to do it now? Use combo box. Use data validation.
I did.
Okay. Which one?
I did.
No, customize ribbon. Customize ribbon.
Possibly.
Which one are you going? Yes,
How to think about it.
yes, customize ribbon. Then
Very
see it over there. It's see scroll up.
okay. So it's very yes.
So list, yes, give it your name. I like it. If you highlight it, the name will come in. Yes, click inside and highlight your list.
I want to pick. I like. I'm gonna pick it now.
Yes, yes. That's how it is. Yes. Yes. Excellent. Okay. The job. Where do you put the job? That is.
It's supposed to be.
Let me go out. Where did you click?
It's already clicked.
I do it again. Data validation.
You can see come up. It's supposed to give me the what?
Don't mind. Fully. Okay. Something around
It's everything. I'm not doing it.
It's the one I sent.
It's your own.
It's your own.
So you sent earlier with the
Okay.
maybe I should go to the one you sent.
Yeah, maybe you should take the
That's the monthly files.
check it first, whether it's
I did it my way. I know.
and it's working. Makes sense. You done it your way.
I've done it my way.
How do you mean?
So this is the so if I just need to mistake, I just know, but I change this to 1. And then if I choose my best case, change this to 2. And my input sheets will also change. This is like this. So I see it right now. So if I go to worst case,
I don't understand.
also changes.
Have you carried it? Carry the power box and another sheet.
I can't even carry it.
I do it.
Okay, right, okay.
I took this. Put another sheet and list.
You have to go first the account.
Maybe shut it down. I just paste it. And will help us yeah. So I can resize it. Also. Yeah. Different. I click first. Let it be 11 to 1. I click yes. So I'm drag the end of the edge and pull the points. So it snaps to the cell.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Or not too tiny. Tiny because to be active. So we do that.
I could make my box to agree out like this.
Your box.
The
Also,
combo box.
the line dates, like you can link them.
Put it agree out guys. Right?
Yeah, link them
When they open the see new file, that's why I like it.
Yeah, it's
to this.
That's up and I'll see.
Oh, well,
Oh,
no.
my
Your insert.
And
It's grayed out.
that for new file.
Yeah.
not
It's
the
been-
popular.
Yeah, same
Okay.
How do I now?
Instead of it showing the percentage, how do I make it show these things?
Yeah, so that's what I told you. You need to name your list and name the switch. So this list, you need to name it. This the cell where your switch is, you need to give it a name.
Okay.
So click and click the name box.
Not pick each of those.
Let's see list.
From the
Because
beginning.
I'm thinking,
And put another score.
No, don't answer. From the beginning, number one.
Enter.
then my switch.
Then your switch, SC switch.
We didn't start with one.
Switch.
Yeah. One.
SC list, the same letter you use.
Okay.
That's why I'm rooting for you.
Actually, changed.
Yeah.
Yes,
So when clicking and copy it and move it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Adebayo, what's up? No? They're coming up. I didn't mean coming up. Analytics. Okay. They are doing it today. And it's working.
No.
It's not working. And you are beside Ahmed, you are beside Mary. Okay.
So this is.
Okay, so I say choose. You didn't lock your switch. The index.
Index.
They actually like.
Okay, you did it. Yo, Coco, could you buy?
It's about the events.
Okay, so I click on. Have you named your list and your switch?
I'm not even.
Oh yeah, name each of them. First, I like your list. Best case. I like.
Okay, these ones are like this thing.
Yes. Those are your scenario list. Yes, click this. The name box now. The name box. No.
I think I can remember something.
Yeah, the name SC underscore list. SC underscore underscore.
It means the switch is it's not to be switched.
Enter. So that's the name. Don't forget you use capital letter S and C and capital letter L.
Yes.
So go to your speech, that yellow box, take it. Yeah, click the name box. Name box. Yeah, where you give it name. So SC underscore switch. Switch. Enter. Yeah, so that's how we give a name. Now go to your combo box now and supply those names. Like take combo box, so take yes, comma control. Pop control down. Last of it from one's control. So if you train, yeah, so you're right, it's SC.
S6 on that top. This not.
No, SC and that's not it. The second one is your switch, SC and also switch.
Something calculation and evaluation. Since we read
Now click outside.
different men.
So now click, yes, click, choose one thing.
Remove the
Yeah.
remove the formula.
Yeah.
And then
I think that's good.
I know it's not very this now.
Yes, yes.
You know, link. So that's the one.
I know it's
I
not.
think yes.
So
I guess it.
Yes, I will put this link, put it in invention.
listen to this, this one combo is good to hear. So everything is working.
What I mean that it's not linked there.
It's not being there in the efficient.
No, not linked with the
So you're going.
Are you saying that you're finished?
You want to do that, this one, manage to manage it, it's a not this year.
Oh,
I'm doing it, that's it.
Just come and treat it.
Just bring down your so down, so now they feeding the banana for people and everything.
Say control.
Which one?
Control to monitor.
Control, yes. Take all your control. The weight note.
Sure you
Yeah.
know that's because okay something when you see something.
Sachi is the kind of student that if she knows where she's going, she's always fast.
Yes.
She doesn't know where she's going.
Thank you, guys.
I will stay there.
But when she knows where she's going, you see her hand moving fast. I want you to get scenario before I can introduce sensitivity. I mean, not introduce sensitivity. You don't get scenarios.
This value.
Hmm?
If you have not come to me,
The road to where you are is tight now.
then I will come to you. You have come to me.
I think I can pass it.
I think what you know, this journey now.
I got to buy
How did you do your design?
It's a fine, you guys. It's a fine you.
Are you done here, bro?
Okay, what's it doing? But why? Okay, why for sure?
I've written my
What's it doing? Maybe it's one.
That's a switch.
This is my switch.
Shall you from my last week as an increase liquid three? That's a good cell. Cell styles.
I'm not going to
Cell style. Yes. Infield form.
So
Now, yes, Mama Shira. I want to I highlight your scenarios. This is best case.
What is
No, no need of highlighting. Next day,
this is that probably. Stress at so be the fun. What you mean? You don't know what you expect.
shift
Look,
and
you plus one.
the key after zero.
Yes. So lock is suspicious.
That's
positive. The which your formula here. Okay, lock, yeah, that's
keep it back.
so lock is like by F.
And your switch as well. Keep your switch. Name it. SC, take a side. SC on switch.
people see sorry.
Yeah. I'm not used to this. They cannot drive it. It's a lock.
If you use your combo box, go to you go to 5 options. Customize your and then you can roll down by what's what you say, yes.
Thinking maybe
Mind and starts the whole region, you understand.
okay, then you see.
So I treat like that, let's say. MP grade is your SC plus list. MP grade SC plus for list. Let me know which of your scenarios. I don't know whether you know the one
It's not for me. Is it because of the points? Yeah, I knew that.
Okay.
It was just like, relationship.
Think outside first. Yes, down to the other one. You pick one. You're changing one, two.
Actually, I've not created this. I've not used this one to show.
Yeah, so let's go again now. The line is there. The line is there. Yeah, so people are also there. So we use choose. People can choose. And index provides a switch. Not it's. I think it's already named. No, never already. Can you see the formula?
Yes.
And the name
Yes, it's coming.
and by one side is the first one.
My own.
Now you want to show that also. First one, command. Second one, command. In the brackets. Of HP. Of the two go up, go down. Yep, so now one, we go down. We go down, should change the name. Yep. Yep. So link it to rank sheets. I'm going to go to the left and there. Each one of them, the left and there, go to rank sheets. Last look at the UI libraries. I think they're looking at
It's just it's got.
No, not yet. Escape. Escape. Yes, it's what to. So light is what will be driving. You know, light will be choosing. I'm just thinking why it's okay. We are choosing something. Yes, I feel something. We choose another thing, another to go. Yeah, it's a lot. It's not a lot of free, it's just. It's coming out there. No, it's coming out there. Okay, I don't want. I see. I go back there. I go back. Yeah, we need that in it. It's really down. Everything is down. Next is escape. Just hit escape. Escape. This is. Yeah, go back to the. So that line, yeah, I like it. No, line to forward. Everything I do it. It's possible. We're talking forward. Copy, I will see. But CS or CSV. All of them. Now I do them. Yeah, go back to the meetings. So this one is next thing. But now remove the end of parts into parts, and page and remove the field. Yeah. So that's it now. Yeah, we implemented this scenario. The model. Any challenge yet? I told you. That is it. Okay, so great. Only 25 hours.
Okay, that one. So, I don't see my anything. It down as changing. As changing. Differentials. Changing what? I will not need to definitely change the visions. Yeah, so you can bring the combo box in a bank of it. I think I think I click on coffee. I have this decision. Yes. That was our very much study. That's right. That's not this. I'm exchanging about it. No, even where it was, it is working on this. So that's what you are not doing. That's why I say bring it here. We not bring it so that you bring it. Yeah. That's changing. It's still one. So where it is two, yeah, this territory is changing. But just that we are not saying the change.
You understand? Okay, it's better. You understand? It should be 8 points.
Yeah,
The worst case scenario. If I'm looking at the first year, it should be 8.2, not 18.
10 minus.
I think you did it on 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you are doing cost, you know, it's going to reverse.
Yes.
When you are doing cost, it's not going to be this one. But that's the next thing I want to do so that you guys will not go and also if you are doing working capital. Working capital. So if you are doing receivable days, the higher the receivable days, it's not better for the company because of the cash flow.
Yeah.
You know, so you need to know that the higher the receivable days is the worst case, the lower the best case. You get from what the best case is. So these are the things you need to put in mind when you are facing scenario on different key assumptions. Remember, we are not running scenarios on all the assumptions, but the key ones.
Please
can you go ahead with the cost? Go ahead with the cost, leverage and good cost. Scenarios on them.
I know it's the right for maximum. So you are fine.
Have you put it better
There's something about copying.
No, that's change. Why do you decide on that? Let's see that's what needs to please do for cost to very cost. Want to show? I like that. I like three.
Let's talk about
Oh yeah, do for cost, every cost. Now food cost.
Sake,
Yes.
hello, sir. Yeah, you mentioned something about working capital. Can you please, you mentioned receivable days that high receivable days is not good for the company.
Yes.
Can you please explain inventory? For inventory.
Inventory, same thing. The higher.
Okay, high inventory days is not good too.
Yes, it's not good. Yeah.
Okay.
So you now do control C or you right click and click for Then go and do this. The top. Yeah. Now and your up key to snap it to the spell. Oh, sorry. I forgot you join the advanced class. Right? You join the advanced class.
Don't worry now. I share this.
So if I just is it working now? Check your your revenue should change, your profit should change, your year should change. I think it's zero the price insurance. Will they change? And the buyer confirmed to me that it changed.
It depends on what you.
This one should not change.
It's changing.
So, those new ones that I.
So, for the other one now, for the other cost now, we don't, the other one is changing.
Yes, line it under this one. So yeah. Why is the 5K scenario for one? You can copy that formula, not the rewriting formula. Copy the formula to see and go there to it should work. If it doesn't work, you can find out why it's not working. I think I may not know. So it means that people, wait, that 18.5 is not correct. Okay, you love the only the column. Yeah, move it up to yourself. Yeah, move it up to yourself. Yeah, so it's faster that way instead of rewriting again. So if you change your listing now, if you change your scenario, it should work.
Around.
On 18, this the best case is based on 3. No, you just want to take sense. Yes, like
No, my worst case, I think it was common. I want to lock the key.
it's locked now.
Lock the
Yes, it's although it doesn't really matter. So the first one you should have done it. Then drag it down. So now the best case you should have done it.
don't be looking. So it's not still correct.
Think something. Put your cursor on the 23. So this is where you should do it. Let me see. Oh yeah. Double click your thing. Double click your thing. Double click. Yeah, move it up. It's on 23 now. Move it to 18.
Okay, it's 18 that should have done.
Just like that.
You're wrong again. You go.
18 minus 10, 8. Over it. Okay, maybe I didn't change my
What
hand.
is it? I'm busy on the number.
I think it's my hand. Yours is correct. It's mine that is not correct. And I meant to notice it.
Which figure?
This one. It's a guy. It's not correct.
Oh, I think that's it. Okay.
No. I think it's our life scenarios. We are picking out of these 3 for this.
Okay. So it's just that one common box we are open.
Yes.
So when you choose was the worst was common.
Thank you. The one controlling everything. In as much as you are linking everything to this set, don't forget the combo box is
It's selling, but one has to be base case, two has to be worst case, three has to be worst case.
Yes, for every other.
For every other.
Yeah, you have to maintain consistency.
That's where I'm going. You know, at times, and I want to say, if this is best, this is worse, or they're not going the same direction. I want this one to be best, and I want this one to be worse. If I'm doing ahead, so how do I achieve that with this? Because doing two combo here is always conflicting.
Okay, so you then talk about override. You have to override one for the other to work. Okay.
Sake, I have a question, sir.
How the number of things that I have shown in this class.
Hello,
So,
Sake.
Yes.
Sake, so let's
Yes.
assume the assumption is on line item. So for instance, like I want to say my revenue will grow by, let's say, 15%, right? Then I'm like, that's my assumption. Then I want to do like a scenario saying that let's assume revenue does not grow by 15%, it grows by 10%, right? Then I want to do costs. I now want to say, okay, my expenses will worst case will grow by, let's say, 20% instead of my previous assumption of 20%. How do I do that?
So
No, the person I'm working with now want to kill me with assumption. So let me prepare.
okay, so you want to use me as solution for your work?
No. I did one before, right? There was one assignment you gave us. Sake, there was one assignment you gave us, something like that. That I said revenue will increase by something. So I had to do like two different this switch. I had to do like two different switch to control it. I don't know, is that the way it's done, or there is a more professional way to do it?
Okay. Already. So let me explain. I don't even know which one should we start with. Is it the question back on that?
Sound override.
Abi, is the one you asked? I think it's the same thing.
Anyone, sir.
Now, so for that one, you have to ensure that your scenarios, this one, the scenarios are on the row. Can you see?
Yes.
They're on the row.
Yes, I can see.
So that this one you are talking about, you have to make sure that your scenario is on the column.
Oh.
But on the column, you have your scenario, your base case scenario, but your food growth rate wants to be 10%.
Okay.
Which cost? Maybe a food cost wants it to be 13%.
Okay.
Under that same scenario, right? Then maybe you want a working capital item, say receivable days. Still under that scenario, you want it to be 9 days under that section. So it's going to be a column now. So in that case, where our life case scenarios will be choosing each of the column, not each of the row. So let's practice like that.
Okay.
But do we understand this one first? Because we can't be jumping. You can't be jumping because of Badmus and Ahmed. Do we understand this one? No.
May I understand, but if they don't understand, Chamka, hold on.
They class.
So we need to understand this first. Do we all understand this?
Yes.
Do we all understand this? Adebayo, this is clear.
Yeah.
Please create more. Create more. Now look at this. Look at this.
Sorry, just to add something on the cost, right? When I was doing the cost, so I flipped the growth rate.
Okay.
Instead of my best case being +5, my best case was -5. And then my worst case was now +5.
Good. So correct. Yes. Correct. So that's what you need to have in mind when you are doing scenarios on the cost item. Because the lower, the better for the costs. So your best case will be the lower costs, the lower increase in cost from your best case. Otherwise, you just see your numbers gyrating, so that's it. Now, so I'll leave this and I'll create my scenarios. I'm going to transpose, and I just use a shortcut for transpose there. I don't know whether you saw it, but if you didn't see it,
Alt ES what?
I like that. You actually caught it. You caught it.
Yes.
I have it. It was
So, okay, so this Alt ES. Can you see E?
Yes.
Underscore E. So I'm pressing E. So whatever is on the line is the shortcut you are pressing.
Show this one. Okay.
Alt ES, but E is transpose, and I hit my enter, and it does it. Yeah. So I just in my mind, I mean, I'm being magnanimous to show you.
Thank you for your magnanimity.
As if they are going to use it.
No, I was disappointed.
All right, so let's go. So I have my base case. So what I want to have in my base case, I want to have food revenue, like you said, a combinations of items at TSB, and my beverage, TSF, and underneath, take this away. So under the base case, what I have is 38% for this, right? 38% of HP. And for this, I have 18. So you can also go and look at something else, maybe costs, you can also say your cost, just like Lopez said. So if I want to bring your cost to revenue, percentage to revenue, so let's say we're having 60%. So I'm going to take you to scenario and say 60%. Right. So these are the scenarios that you want it to play when you choose base case, right?
Yes, sir.
Why, if you want another scenario to play out with the combinations of others, you can say where this one is 40%, where my revenue is not, my revenue is growing as much. I mean, it's not growing as much. It's 10% growth in revenue, so you can create your own kind of scenario that you want it to play out in this.
Okay.
Now, let me assume that this one is 15%, or this one is the same thing as 18%. So if I do that of HP, now I need to also set up a live scenario. So let me call it live scenario. So whether you do it as a column or as a row, you need to set up a live scenario. Choose, Abby. So I need to have my index number. My index number is my switch, and I'm going to log that, Now I need to choose one per time. This guy is one scenario, Instead of going down, no, I'm going to the right. That's the second scenario.
Okay.
So if I have multiple, I can have as much as I want on the column as the series of scenarios that I can have for these food growth rates. So I'm going to close that, as I just have just two. What's happening? My switch is okay.
Those three is two things. There are two items here, and the switch is being three.
No,
One is switch value is three. You need to choose the third one.
You put in the.
You don't get what I'm saying.
I do not.
The switch is three, but you don't have its value.
Oh, you're
Then
saying.
your switch is three.
Okay, my switch is 3. Yeah. So you do. So I need to put another thing. Thank you. Yeah. So I need to pick another, the third one. So now it's complete. Thank you. Yeah. So this is it. So which is the third one, and maybe I should put 25% for this, and this one say 20%. Why this one 30%? I assume that they all have percentage in it. So it is only this guy HP that has percentage. I'm gonna take this on top of this, just type 30. Then it is formatted already. So now I can say that my life scenario will be all this, I see. So this is what I'm going to plug into my input sheet. And anytime I choose base case, those are the scenarios that will work. You see that?
Yes,
So,
sir.
is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying.
Is this presenting?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it is. So, like I said,
It's not consistent with the structure that we're building. That's what.
no. So you can either choose either or. It is not that you have this, you will not have this. No. Choose the one you want to go with. Are you going to go with your scenarios on each columns, or you want to go with your scenarios on each row? You can't use both. No. Oh, that's why you mentioned consistency. No. So it's because you asked. That's why I've shown you this other way where you can have multiple items under still one scenario. That's why I've put this. But the role does not afford you that. That is the only thing, because it is actually so there are limitations from both sides. If you look at it very well, you'll see that for the role one, it affords you the scenarios across the timelines, right? But it's just one, and you have to fix it for the 5 years. So it has their benefits and their disadvantage, So choose one that you want to abide by, and
So
that's
if
the
I
one.
decide to use data validation,
No, there's no offense. There's no offense if you want to use data validation, which is why I said when you couldn't get combo box, you should use data validation. There's no offense. The only benefit of combo box to data validation is just that you will see that you have to select something. You have to click the drop down. But data validation, you won't click the drop down. But we still use it, analysts still use it. But I rarely use it. But it is not that it's not good. It is good. It will serve its purpose. In fact, I even advise that when you are using a data validation, format that cell. Let it be clear that something is in there. Format the cell. Don't just leave it without formatting it. So nobody will know that something is there. I also told you that you should insert comments. Data validation. So when you create data validation, don't just create the list and go your way. So like instance, I put a list, I want to put a list now. Maybe my source, I put this list, and you need to put an input message. So I advise this, that if you must use it in the model, please give this input message. I say
Mm.
select a scenario. Select a scenario from this drop down. So with that, you are guiding your users, you know. So and so you can see when the cursor is there, it shows what to do, and also format that cell. Make it maybe your input cell, format it.
Is it possible to kind of write a message that will be grayed out,
Mhm.
that will not show, just as when you introduce that combo box? Combo box will give you something, maybe put your comment or write something, but it will be visible. It will just be like a note that will just say,
Like it's beside it like this.
no, I'm saying inside the cell itself, so that it will be without you.
No.
Without you talking.
So you are talking coding now.
Yeah.
So it's not in Excel. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So it's not here in Excel, unfortunately.
Are those the only two ways to create scenarios? That's using data validation and combo.
That's not the only way. You have other things under.
What about what if?
Okay, so that's what you mean.
Yeah.
So because they are not dynamic, so we rarely use them. We rarely use that the scenario manager under what if. We rarely use it because it's not dynamic, But this is much more dynamic than that. That you can actually select and you see your model output changing. So we rarely use it.
So are you saying there's no point of paying more attention to?
No, there is no point. There's no point. Where you should pay more attention to is here. So you have other things that you can use, like I think they have even reduced. I don't know. Is it my own Excel? They have reduced it. It used to be more than it. So we should have form X control.
Yeah.
Active control, active X control.
Active X control, yeah.
So there's no more active X control. I'm wondering why.
In fact, when I checked them, I was like, is it that it has been downgraded? No, I think if you move to lower version of Excel, you will see the truth there. The one
Yeah. The two is in the lower, of course.
Yeah.
That's why I got to know now. Because I move as Excel moves.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing that even the combo lists, I wanted to show how the combo list is done, but it's graded out already. Then so let's look at list box. I think they still give list box. They still give us an opportunity to use it. So list box is another way for you to create scenarios. The same input required by combo box is also the same thing. It also require. If I click it, is that 19?
Yeah.
No, it's 11.
Oh, 12.
See in arrow 11.
Just use your.
Yeah. And arrow, okay. So this one is not hidden. This one is just, you will see it. So this one you will see it.
Hey.
Clearly,
That's scatter our model.
I have not chosen anyone. Let's see.
So you have 0.
Yeah, I think because I didn't select before, so it's 0. Now I've selected, it has come back. So this one, you can see what you are selecting. It's not a combo.
Is this one not better?
No, this one.
Anyone you prefer?
You have the 3 list.
So from this way, I saw somewhere saying multiple, single. Like, what's the difference between?
What do you mean?
So where you selected,
Yeah,
a single one that we are using currently.
yeah. Okay, I can select multiple too. Yeah.
So what does that mean? Because you selected
Two times. You can select 2 times, but in this kind of scenarios, you can't, or it's not advisable to use someone. What's that?
2 conditions.
Yeah, I have to go multiple. Yeah.
So when combo box,
Yeah.
the text bigger or bolder so that it It's more.
Good. So now you guys are now talking about some of the merits of using all of this developer tool. So you can't do that. Can't do that because it is pre-configured tool that you are using. The only thing that they have given to us to do is this. You can assign macro to it, but there's another thing. I think something format, text format or something. It's under form control. Yeah, here you can size it, can resize it, you can protect it. You can make it not to move as you extend the column width so that it will not widen.
Yes.
Then also this, I mean, there is less of what you can customize it. You can't customize the font at all. So these are the things that they are giving to us to play with. Okay, so
You say that before now. It's actually
he said, okay, now Badmus should come to advance, please. You can't come to this kind of class again. You should come register for advance. Eh?
So we're not in advance. Now we're basic.
So there's advanced financial modeling.
Really?
Yeah, there is. Financial modeling is much more than what you have done. But the thing is, what you have done will give you, I mean, you can ride on this because not so many people know even this one. That's the reason. Even to this extent, not so many people have it to this extent. You know? Some people are not creating softwares that will do all of this.
Yeah, that's the question I'm even asking that.
So, okay, all those softwares
it's not
that
like
just
man.
builds, Jerry.
When someone human being build it,
But you know that they will still make it more smarter as time goes
their
on.
time goes on.
And
You know,
by that time, exam may not be.
You know Excel.
Exam will not be.
Just know Excel.
I have, yes.
It's not the call.
Excel. You guys
You don't do exam again.
now, I'll tell you now. See, put from Python. Python. You see some functions in Python is in Excel
it's
now.
an Excel. Yeah.
It's is going though.
So,
It's not where it used to be 5 years ago.
Yeah.
They also
Go.
so
Excel.
somebody said that Excel is dead. But Excel is not dead because they are not sleeping. As they are improving on Python, they are also improving on their own. I don't know whether you guys know that Microsoft has what we call Microsoft scripts. And don't. So you know, in Excel, the advance of Excel used to be VBA, but nobody talks about VBA again because Microsoft has put it that you can record the macro. Whatever you are clicking, the macro will be recording it at the back end. So less emphasis now placed on VBA. In fact, Microsoft did it to the extent that they now brought in some of the functions that you will create using VBA. Then they now brought it into the front view as a function that you can use. You know, now so the function now we don't used to have it. We used to crack. In fact, you need to know further maths before you can know Excel then. Because you have to look at other ways to get to the solution. You know, if
You have got things to and that's what.
Bad guy. Bad guy. We'll stick here together.
I want to share scenario there. Change.
Bad guy.
At least something is achieved, you know. So it is what it is. My advice is keep improving. Modeling is much more than this, but if you can get here, you are, you're on the good, you are more than 85% of people can get here, you know. But trust me, it's much more than this. Yeah.
Yes, actually very, very right. I'm
Much
not
more
sure even the people that built it, because there are many, I'm not sure one of them can confidently say that I know it.
No, no, one of them. I cannot talk about that.
Yeah, so that's it. You know, and Microsoft is investing in developers developing the backends of Excel, bringing in more functions. Because Microsoft will not allow Excel to go down, because that's one of the products that has put Microsoft that has even made it to bring up Power BI. You know, they ride on Excel functionality to bring up Power BI. You know, so Excel cannot die, and Microsoft is trying hard for it not to die, because all that Power BI has today, they have it in Excel. Your Power Query, your Power Pivots. You know, they can do. The only thing that Power BI is now ahead of Excel is actually the charts. But if you are smart in creating charts, you can create something similar. But it's going to take you, a lot of effort to achieve it. You know. But I know they are going to introduce more charts. So tomorrow we're going to go. That's their final topic, which is dashboard. So all of these models that has a lot of numbers in it, let's make sense of it tomorrow. And then call it a day. So you guys will choose.
Now is done.
There's no sensitivity. Okay, let me show you. Since you are add on getting sensitivity, it is what you know. Now look at this. This +5 and -5. So what you do is you go to the calculation sheet where those items, we talk about food revenue. Sorry. Food revenue, I go to the calculation sheet where food revenue is. So I can insert a column, but I don't want to. So I can name this guy as my sense. So you can call it sense. So this is where you put your sensitivity. And I come here and I look for food growth revenue. So this is the percentage that I used. So I can put that I want to sensitize it for that +5. So meaning if you are doing sensitivity, we are not going to do scenario. We are not going to do scenario. So this 5 + 5 that I've added now, I'm going to be adding it on the input, the historical assumption we have before, right? That is what I'm going to bring to my calculation sheet. So now, for food revenue year-on-year growth rate, I want to add this, right? I'm going to put that there and format it that same way. 5% for HFP to copy the formatting, and I'll come here and apply it. So that is what I want to have. Now I'm going to increase this by saying plus this guy. Remember, we've already run an error on this. What's the current scenario? Okay, I didn't paste it in.
Financial.
Yeah, okay. So you have to log that. You want to log it. So you want to know how sensitive this 5% increase in food revenue is to your outputs. Okay, so take it forward. So if I increase my food revenue by 5%, by how much did our profits, our cash flow, these are the things you are going to be looking at. By how much did they increase? Sorry, but HOI. Okay, so now look at it. So I'm going to go to the input sheets and I'm going to zero this guy, put 0. It's slow. Okay, so go back to my calculation. This is what I have before. I'm going to copy this just for us to see that this is what we have before. Now go back and take this as 5, just start 5. That place is formatted already as a percentage. Just hit 5 and enter. This close. Okay, so go back to my calculation. Now, by how much has it increased? Of course, it's going to be the same impact, right? That is, this figure is higher than what was there before, -1, check the growth rate, and I'm going to have that 5%. But now, I'm seeing 2.6%. Just by increasing, what did I do? I increased what I have before by 5%. Well, let me see. I think it's a scenario that's causing a deviation. Let me put it.
No. You won't have that 5% because
You have two things. You have food and beverage.
Oh, it's not beverage. Okay. Yeah, so that's why. So go back. So these are the impacts you want to be looking at. That if I increase my food and beverage by 5%, what is the impact on the total revenue? And what is the impact on the profit? The net profit or profit before tax? You know, where is it now? Okay, this is the, so you can go to your output sheets and also look at that. So you want to look at before the savings and after you sense it, what is the impact on your revenue, on your EBITDA, very key, and on your profits.
So what you can just simply do is you can just do data validation to do your sensitivity on those key drivers. And then just have a sheet where you now have revenue, EBITDA, PAT. And you can just copy it, and just put the value in there.
Thank you. Perfect. You know. So, but this is how you implement it. Yeah. So this is how you implement it.
So you can using data validation, 5%, 10%.
Yeah.
Different sensitivity on it.
Thank you.
Impact on revenue.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another thing, let me show you this. Just because you mentioned it, I would have not said anything because you have done it. But let me say it because you have mentioned it. Now, food growth, rates, food revenue growth rate, something like that. So like we said, what do we have now as our food growth revenue? So we have this guy, right? 28%. So I can copy this 28%. Yeah. You have done it, but I just want to show you so that you know that you have done it. Now, this one, minus 5%, you know you have done it. Or not. You don't remember. Don't worry, you remember now. Why this one plus 5%? So I'm saying instead of doing your sensitivity, instead of doing data validation, we can do a data table. Remember, you have done a data table? Still did not remember.
Yeah, I've done that.
All right. So, so your output that you want to test, you want to know the variation of this output. Maybe it's your, let's say it's a total EBITDA.
Yeah, sensitive. I was even expecting. You know, this one we are doing. It's what I was expecting as sensitivity.
Yeah, so this is also sensitivity, and also you can implement that too on each line item as your sensitivity. But you have to copy to another sheet for you to see the difference, the impacts. Now look at this. I need to test. So this is one input in our assumption.
Yes.
You can also bring another input in your assumptions here. Let's say which one should be sensitized against now?
Maybe of course.
Food cost. Okay. So what's our food cost to revenue? Let's say 60, right? Okay. Where am I? So here I can say 1 to 60%. And sorry, it is Badmus are constitute. So I subtract that. So I got this. And here I'm going to add that if we continue to grow by same 20%, what will it be? Or 20% is too much. So maybe 10. Let's take 10. 10. Right. Okay. So this is where we are. I want to highlight where the model is behind. So this is your output.
Yes.
Your EBITDA.
Yes. Okay.
This is your EBITDA.
Yes.
So now you want to know the impact of your EBITDA on each of these line items. But is this structure correct? No.
No.
Thank you. So this guy needs to go up. It shows that you guys have length like that. So this guy needs to go up. So it needs to be at the junction. Those two. Yeah. But we're going to have a problem now because in our input sheet, there are no more. This is the only one that's an input. This one, we have turned it away from an input. So this is going to, well, let me turn it back. I will see what TSB. Okay. So now I'm going to highlight from here down. I'm going to go to data, what if analysis, data table. My role input is what? Is it food growth or is it the food revenue or the food cost? Cost. Food revenue is my role input. Role. This is column. So I come here. This guy is my food revenue, and the food cost is this guy. And I click OK. Okay, so this is another rule when you are doing data table. I'm going to pick it. Another rule for doing data table is that your inputs must be in the same sheet, not another sheet. I'll pick it also. So that what do you call it? Data table should be done here because this is where our input is. That's a very important rule that you shouldn't forget. It should be inside your input sheets. So I'm going to copy this, except if I can take this guy as my input. So let's link it instead of copying it. I'm going to link it back. 48. Right. I don't even want to. Let me really do it well. So you can see sensitivity and scenarios, they are interwoven. If you use one, don't use the other because you are going to complicate your model.
Scenario.
Purpose.
Oh, yeah, and there are different times that you have to.
Yes,
I know those valuations, you have to sense.
Give you a
Yes,
like
so the food cost, we didn't do the food cost here.
Yeah.
That's the cocoa. That one will not work now. I think I will leave the food cost in. I'll leave the food cost out. So with that, this guy needs to come back here. If I'm not going to do the food costs. But you remember you have done this.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm just going to like this. Yes, this one is just so go to data value. What is data table? So just a one row input, and I'm going to pick this guy and click OK. Let's see. It's in prejudice. So a data table is your best bet when you're trying to actually sensitize and actually see the impact on just one screen. But the other one you mentioned, which is profit and other sheet, yeah, some of that do that too. That one too is very, very good. In fact, I've seen where they even formatted that place where this one is giving me the same figure. Something is wrong. Okay. Yeah, so something is wrong somewhere. And it will be because we have multiple different rates like that. So, but that's the idea of sensitivity. Any other one you want to know? So, any other one?
I've done a lot to do.
Okay, what more? I like the fact that you know. But at least I can do scenarios now.
I swear. I'm changing.
Scenario. So what are the so you see online all the lines that have put in.
No, not all lines. You have to select what you want to do scenarios on. You know, especially things that are volatile, changes.
So most times revenue cost.
Yes. So revenue, what's in fact the revenue growth? What in fact growth might be inflation. So you might want to also run inflation. Now what is inflation? Is increased by 10. So one, what did you increase by 10%? Two, increase by 2. On the outputs.
Because you know what, so you just.
But most times, are you not determining what to do, or when your company down decide, okay, let's see what happens.
Well, it's a bit of it, but from experience also, you can say, let me So any inputs, any assumptions that you have made, that you know the changes often is a key driver which you need to actually put scenarios on it. Yeah. Because they are volatile, the changes often, you know, you want to also look at those changes, their impact on the numbers.
So you didn't want combo books.
Yes, only one combo box, but usually not scenarios. But like I said, I would prefer the second one because the second one gives you the opportunity of running different things.
But we said now can only work for a year or something.
No, for one, you can only have one figure as your
The one only.
So what is bad about that? There's nothing bad about that.
Okay.
There's nothing bad about that. In fact,
Now the list of
I've used it a lot. Self.
you know
This one.
everything you want to run.
Yes, you now link everything you want to run with these numbers.
Okay, so the thing about this
So it's even better because just one single number, unlike the other one that have changes over the timeline. So it's even better. You know, it affords you that being specific as to this is the cause of that change that occurred.
But is it doing it across the years better?
No.
Than
I prefer this.
why do you prefer it?
Okay.
Because so for instance, if you are running sensitivity on exchange rates, for instance, it's not going to be static.
Yes, it's not going to be static, and that's why this one will not afford me. Look at me, scenario 1, exchange rate will be 1.5.
Yes.
Scenario 2 is going to be 1.6.
Yes.
So, but I use that scenario 2, 1.6 in conjunction with other things.
Yes.
So that's what this affords me.
Well, across the 5 years, you are saying that exchange rate is going to be 1.6 for this scenario.
So you can
Yes, across the 5
you can
years.
say exchange rate, you can say inflation.
Across the 5 years.
Well,
Yes. Making it
That's still
yes, it is.
acceptable.
Yes. Across the 5 years, yes. That's your assumption. You know,
Quite, yeah.
but you are safe. I get you. You are safe if you want your exchange rate to differ
Yes.
across the years.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's why you need to look at each of those assumptions, their impact really, if they remain static or if they vary. You know, you have to look at it. And that's why I was telling her, what you run scenarios really on are those things that changes often.
Yeah.
And one item is the exchange rate.
Inflation.
Inflation.
What was that?
All right. So these are things that your scenarios must be on them. But they will impact your numbers. So you want to know the extent at which they will impact the number. If my inflation increased by 10%, by 5%, by how much is our cost increasing? By how much is our profit reducing by that? So you want to look at that and have it at the back of your mind. So that if anybody is asking you, but have you projected for inflation? Yes. And you are able to speak more. Yes, I've looked at the impact of inflation, and the impact of inflation on our cost is just 20%. And we have other stuff that is coming from other continents that are not affected by inflation, so they will augment it, you know. So you can tell more story because you have looked at the impacts. As against when you have not looked at the impacts, you will just be faced, whatever comes, you are hit by whatever comes. So things that change often, you must run scenario.
So what would you advise? If we do scenario or do sensitivity on those things?
So I would prefer, for those things, I would prefer a sensitivity. Because you want to look at their impacts on some of your outputs, particularly your EBITDA, your cash flow from operations. You want to look at their impact on that. How much cash are we losing because this inflation increased by 10% or by 5%, by 2%? I want to see. So that anytime I see inflation numbers coming out and I'm seeing it growing, I'll be like, this thing would have been affecting us by these rates. You know, so sensitivity is what you want to run those key volatile indicators on. Any other question? Thank you. So tomorrow we'll go on for dashboard, and we call it a day with with rice and chicken and drinks, you know. So the next time we'll be meeting will be probably when you call me for your project. You want to review your project with me. That is a nice time.
So tomorrow we're only doing dashboard,
Yes.
and then we'll pick our projects.
And then pick your projects. So come with your design skills tomorrow. Because I'm going to give you an opportunity also to show your skills.
Show me this.
I'm actually very poor when it comes to drawing. Yeah, I don't know how to draw. I don't know.
Oh, wow. And it's good to be.
And that's always been my weaknesses when I was growing up.
And then we'll put you on the spot. Since we know that's your weakness, you know. But it's going to be lovely tomorrow. Creating series of charts, creating insights, you know, from all of these numbers that are just put together. Make sense of them.
Thank you very much.
It will be your delight to be there. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Otherwise,
Hey, look,
No. You have started it, but continue. That's what I mean.
okay, like you now. Now you are ready. Like me.
Continue. Just continue. I like
Your job.
I
Does it? You do.
not job, but I do. Oh, I used to do.
Okay.
When your work is not really along that line, don't do
I've
it.
done some in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can't really. Say, they don't know it.
I think that's the cause.
I say, yeah, I know. To me.
Yeah, that's
Because if you don't do it,
you forget.
you forget to know.
You forget.
Okay, can't do
I'll
it.
speak a lot of information.
No. Then you-
More, I'm a bit.
You think I've seen happen.
You don't really know from the group, you only from model. I mean,
Look at that stuff.
no, I have now.
Oh, see, I actually have meeting with you. I need to do something.
Oh, very good.
You know what? Tomorrow. Let's do tomorrow. I need to engage you.
All right, no wahala. Look at my laptop.
Okay.
I can't believe it's coming to an end. It has become normal.
But yeah,
Some parts of my life, whether online or of my life. Now, it's on.
Yeah, finish online. So with regards to family. All
Oh, it's money.
right, good night.
good night.
Good night. Good night, Tobayo. You are still there. Bye bye.
Yes, madam.